Hello, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful month of November, being that I've been basically missing in action. To those of you that did not see my comments, I basically I went on my annual hunting trip, and then pretty much after about a week back, I went up for another trip to do some fly fishing for some steelhead. So again, it's been kind of crazy for me. Haven't done a lot of trading this month. So, or actually last month, November's already over, being today's the 1st of December. So I hope that everyone has been having some green trading. It's been kind of a trying environment in certain areas. And I hope that everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's been quite an adventure for me in November. Hopefully, all of you are well and still making plenty of green. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive into the four normal pairs that I do provide a public analysis for. So let's just jump into the dollar on the weekly time frame view here. Now, the dollar had a pretty decent push to the upside here, and then had the bears come in and basically push right back underneath of the resistance level here, which is around that 98.40 level. So that being said, and from what I'm seeing on my template, which obviously I don't have everything laid out here for the public template, I am looking for the price of the dollar to continue to push back to the downside here, testing the fib support here near 97.85 with an eventual break here. Probably see a little bit of an upside push and then a continuation move to around 97, which is around the mid fib distance. You usually get a bounce up in this area, as you can see looking at the left. Once again, you are looking at this area here, 96, 92 ish. Might bounce all the way back up to the 97.80 level, and then I'm looking for further push to the downside here into that 95.90 level. And then as we head into the future, after some more up and down chop, looking at a further push back down into the 94 level in the coming months. So I do believe that the top is in for the dollar, and if you look back at things here, you kind of see, and if you're heavy into the trend line scene, you can see that once again, next major level that a lot of people are probably watching for is this little ping pong area here, and then we'll look for that break to the downside, delivering that 94 level in the coming weeks or months. So again, I think that the dollar is pretty much peaked out here. We'll see what happens if we hold, and then we start moving to the upside above 98.40. Then obviously that opens the door for 99 again. I don't really see that happening at this time, given where the whole Fed policy is, and everything along that end. Just the normal price action should be taking us below, back down towards the mean, which is that 50 fib level near 96. Going to be chopping around before we get there, obviously, and then, well, at least that's what I see here. Some chop here taking place between that mid fib and that 97.80 level, let's call it. Then we'll be looking for that push to the downside into the 94 level as we head into the future. So let's just go ahead and save that for reference next weekend. And yes, I will be doing my videos with my regular schedule. I just had those trips coming up, and yet again, sometimes I can squeeze them in doing the public videos. Sometimes I just can't. I just, obviously have a lot of packing to do, unpacking, washing, packing again. It just gets crazy, as all of most of you know that travel a lot. So I don't have any trips planned for the near term, just to kind of get that out of the way, in case anybody's wondering. So, as far as gold is concerned, so gold, I'm still looking for that upside push. Obviously, it's gone a little bit lower over the past few weeks or so, and it's been holding up relatively well. As well. So looking back to the left here, you can see that we pretty much had that resistance area around, well, just judging that 1457 level. We've basically bounced off that level a few times now. Last week, again, bounced off pretty strongly. And if you're short gold here, I would say be very careful. There's going to be a pretty nice little rally coming here. It's going to be a 1-2 step punch. So that basically means that you will have an opportunity to get out minimally unscathed if you do, refuse to heed the warning. Why is that? Okay, I clicked on the wrong thing. So again, if you're looking at, like I do with the fibs, basically what you have here is you do have a bottom put in here near that 1455, 1457 level. And again, looking for upside push here. Now the first one that I'm expecting to see here is going to be up to test that 1500 level up to as high as 1508 roughly. Just looking at the futures contract here. Once we do go ahead and test this level, and those of you that need to see the trend lines and stuff like that, here you go. So that basically takes you into that alignment right there. So after we do get that push to the upside here, probably do some ping pong action in this area here to retest. Might even come all the way back down and retest 1480, which I do believe will probably happen here, which is what the bears will do. Or people taking profits, some shorts coming in. It's just part of the normal process of how the market functions, right? Up and down wave action. That's what everybody should pretty much know. That's watching this channel or has watched other channels as well. So retest of the support here. Just looking left again, you can see that we've had quite a bit of support here at this level, and that's also the 23.6 fib level. Usually a good spot to look for support. After that, looking for another run up. First target that I have after this bounce, assuming 1480 holds support, looking at 1523. Another dip possible, making a higher level of support around 1503. Again, loosely identifying as we are on the weekly time frame view, and then looking for a 78.6 push, which will take us all the way back into the 1546 level, if not all the way back up to retest for a potentially near-term double top situation near 1560. So again, I do believe that we are looking at some changes. I would say that if you're looking to trade metals, and I've said this before in the past, reference the dollar yen pair. Let's go ahead and take a look at natural gas. Now, natural gas, as again I've been accused of being overly bearish on, well, not really accused. I just say that people have asked me why I've been so bearish on natural gas, and the reason is because it is showing me that it wants to go lower. I've been saying it for some time that we're going to be retesting that 2 mark and looking at 162 to the downside. Still maintaining that outlook, as you can see here, looking at our weekly view. Again, big failure on the ability to hold that 276 level. That was a very big level. Some of you that follow fibs that have the measurements put in know that that level is pretty crucial. Bears came in, stomped on every bit of ambition that the bulls were trying to put in place here, and I do believe that we are going to probably chop around, maybe retest around 240 to 245 before we do continue with the downside push. So again, near term, a little bit of a bounce as it has been pretty much hammered back into the 240 to 245 level possible, and then looking for again further push to the downside here, maintaining my overall outlook, and I'll even put it in here 241 ish. Retest that 2 mark, and then we'll get smacked down all the way to the 160 mark, and then we'll be looking for a pretty significant move back up into those 230s to 240 levels again, as we saw in the past here back in 2015 to 2016. So same type of situation that's basically in the making here. You had these swings. There you are with the swings, and then a little bit of an up and down, but as you can see here, after you get that nice little drive to the upside, the bears come in swinging pretty hard. So just brace yourself for near term. It's going to get a little volatile, like I said, up to 244 ish, and then retest the low twos, look with a further breakdown in the future headed into the 163s, and that's going to be a double bottom test here, and then we'll pretty much rally pretty hard into the 225 to 235 level, maybe reaching as high as even 240. Can't rule it out. It does get a very nice bounce off the lows here, as a lot of traders come in and try to take advantage of the very cheap natural gas and double bottom chart pattern. So let's go ahead and just save that for now, and we'll go along to crude oil, wrap up this weekend's edition of my public video. So we'll go with crude oil here, weekly time frame view. And again, last week was very interesting. I was keeping tabs on what's happening, and we basically had this entire red candle develop on Friday, I believe it was. Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, don't even remember. Sometime towards the latter part of the week here. I think it was Friday. And we had that nice little breakdown here. We had a retest, unable to get anything going. Retest here, unable to get anything going, and then we basically drew back down into that 38.2 fib level. cracking that level a little bit. Now, I do think that we could see a little bit of a push to the upside, just like with natural gas. Both big down movers this past week should get a little bit of a relief rally or a bounce up to around 56.50 to as high as maybe 56.65, and then get a reversal heading back down into the 50, 60, 50, 70 level. And then we'll probably get another rally back up into around 54 or so. But first things first, got to break below that 50, looks to be around 54.60 ish. Break below that level, then you're in trouble if you're long and holding, or bag holding, I should say. Down to around 52.70, up and then another down, and I'm looking for 50.60 to 50.75 to the downside in the near term. So it looks like we are going to continue to see selling pressure develop here for crude oil as well. Now, for more information on some of the services that I provide, I do provide some of that information on the intro and outro of my videos. And if you want, you can always check me out at thetradersperspective.com. Shoot me an email, send me a message on YouTube. Doesn't really matter. Hope everyone, again, had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will update you all next weekend as per usual now that I'm back in a regular schedule myself. So, again, be well. Green trades to you all.